Hey guys, how's it going? This is FixerMed. Welcome back to another one of my tutorials where today I'll be showing you how you can connect your Anki Remote to your Windows PC in a quick and effective manner. Now, before I get started on this tutorial, I'd like to thank the Anki Remote team for sending me over one of their remotes so that I can make content on it for you guys. For the sake of this tutorial, you're going to need a Windows computer that is compatible with Bluetooth, whether through a built-in Bluetooth module on the computer's motherboard or through a USB Bluetooth dongle. You're also going to need the Anki Remote, obviously. You need to ensure that it's fully charged up and ready to go. And you're going to need an active internet connection, which I assume you do as long as you're watching this video to download the Anki Remote custom mapping software if you choose to do so. But yeah, anyways, with all that stated, let's go ahead and get started on today's tutorial. So I will be consulting the quick setup guide for Windows, and I will also be consulting the general purpose quick guide that was made by the Anki Remote team. I believe the 3-minute setup guide for Windows is a little outdated right now, but the main point you need to take away from this is that you need to ensure that your Anki Remote is set to the key mode and not the game mode, because that's the only prerequisite that you need for now. You need to ensure that the Anki mode is on the key mode, or if you're holding it in this manner where the joystick is pointing towards the north and the buttons are pointing towards the south, the key mode will be activated when you flip the knob towards the game buttons here, not the joystick. So once you have that ready, you can go ahead and open up your Bluetooth settings. Once you open up your Bluetooth, you can go to Add Devices, Bluetooth, and while you're doing this, hold down the start button, and your controller will blink twice, and then once it blinks twice, you can go ahead and hit Anki Remote when it shows up in Add Device. It's going to connect, and once it's connected, it should say your device is ready to go, and you can close out of this now. And as you can see, my Anki battery is very low, so I'll have to speed up in this tutorial a bit, if you guys don't mind. As you can see, it's just the connection software. More words than necessary. Just hold start button until you can see it in the settings page and you're good to go. Now this is the part that's kind of outdated. You don't need AutoHotkey or any of these other softwares if you choose to just use the remote in key mode, where in key mode, easy is set to the A button, hard is set to the B button, Y is set to again button, and the X button is set to spacebar/good. And start and browse or start and select are set to Dex and browse respectively. And the joystick can move the browser up and down, and if you go right, it will reveal a hint. The key mode is a pretty good mode, all things considered. And you can also switch to game mode, which has hard set to A, again set to B, easy set to Y, and spacebar/good set to X. While edit card is set to start and sync is set to select. Same similar setup with the joystick, page up, page down, reveal hint. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to stay on key mode and test it out on my Anki software. I'm going to go ahead and open Anki. All right, first of all, sync as usual. Then I'm going to minimize my screen a bit so I can test the page up and down functionality. Okay, I guess page up and down isn't cooperating with me in this mode, so I'm going to go ahead and test the remote itself. Okay, so the remote is working now. Perfect. Now, If I wanted to just keep the remote on standard settings, which I unfortunately had to do if I'm on a mobile device or something, because mobile device doesn't have the Anki Remote customized software, I will have to download this software called Anki Remote Customize. Now, if you watch any of my other add-on videos, you will know that I can get the add-on code from the end of the web address, or I can get it from the download section here, which I will go ahead and do. I'm going to then exit out of this. I'm going to go to Tools, Add-ons, Get Add-ons, copy this code in, hit OK. Start Anki now. Now you can see that the Anki Remote add-on has been added here. I can also go to Tools, Add-ons, Anki Remote, and then I can customize my controller here, which I'll go ahead and do now. I want undo as one of my options. See, that's a big deal breaker for me, not having undo. And then browse, good enough for now. Scroll up, scroll down, reveal hint. I guess undo is set to the left button, so I did not know that. So undo is set to the left on the website. It does not show that, so left is undo. Okay. Restore default. Test that out if I want to. Okay, insufficiency. Yep, undo is set to the left joystick movement. So that means up and down should work. The problem is it's not working right now since I have a pretty big screen. So if you do have a smaller screen where everything is clustered or cluttered, it should work well. Okay, sweet. I guess the only bad part is that there's not a redo, but not a big deal. But if I wanted to customize my Anki Remote, I can do so by changing the actions here. So if I wanted, let's say spacebar good, and then easy here, that'd be a good option for me, but I would like to easy again. So I'm gonna go ahead and save and see if it works. Okay, testing, hitting A. All right, it's working. So I didn't even have to restart the software. It's gonna go ahead and just automatically change it for me. Huge pro there. So if you just want something simple that works without much button mapping, everything's laid out there for you, Anki Remote might be a great fit for you compared to the 8-bit Do controllers. I personally have been using the Anki Remote for about a year now. The Anki Remote team sent it to me a year ago. They told me to take my time in making this video or any other content for the Anki Remote. So I appreciate the Anki Remote team for doing that and letting me have a good impression of the remote. I will be comparing all of these remotes to see which one is the best option. But I do have to give a warning. The Anki Remote, if you're using the Anki Remote add-on, you might have problems with your keyboard not working, because as you can see, I'm slamming the spacebar on my keyboard right now, but it's not working with my Anki Remote connected, since the Anki Remote is connected to my computer as another keyboard. So when you're on Anki, the keyboard or any of the keyboard commands may not work properly. As you can see, I was slamming my keyboard, but since spacebar is mapped to the A button, the spacebar won't be working on the keyboard itself when I'm in Anki. So that's a huge con for some, but it might be a non-negligible factor for others. So just keep that in mind while you're using this remote. So yeah, that's all I really have for the video. And oh wait, one more thing. You also cannot map this controller with Content Key. So Content Key mapping doesn't work as of right now with this controller. Not a big deal since they have their own mapping software. But If you do plan on having Anki and Anki Remote, you might want to disable one of the softwares when you're utilizing a controller, so you might not want it to interfere. Like you can just go ahead and toggle enable, disable it, or go ahead and disable Anki if you choose to use the Anki Remote. So yeah, guys, that's all I have for the video today. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. As always, I wish you guys best of luck in studying and hope you have a great rest of your day. This is FixerMed signing off. Thank you for taking the time to make it this far in the video. All right, goodbye, guys.